This is the Amazing Race 23 review, Episode 2, Team Casting Assessment. Warning. The following video may contain harsh and extreme language, racist, homosexual, derogatory comments, spoilers containing information about future Amazing Race destinations, which you might see in the season, television, movie, and or video game references, and finally, an annoying voice that sounds as bad as a chipmunk. Viewers' discretion is not advised. Welcome to the second episode of the Amazing Race 23 review. I am DeMatt1002, and welcome to the second episode. For this episode, I will be talking about the teams competing this season. And also, one more thing, I do apologize that this was 2 weeks since the first episode because of how much shit I'm doing in school and other things like that. So, I hope you guys like this episode. First, we should start off the team casting assessment by watching the Meet the Teams video, which will give you a glimpse on all 11 teams competing this season. Also, I give each team a hilarious name that might be related to their profile. So please watch these clips from the Meet the Teams video. Take a look.
We've always prided ourselves on Amazing Race in having diversity in terms of the cast.
Maybe they think we're homeless. I don't know.
Yeah.
ZZ Top. I'm pretty sure they both think we're like just all-out metal rock stars.
We've gotten caught naked several different places by the police.
Yeah.
It seems like that your team name should be Team Tarzan because you guys are swinging on rope into a lake, and for the fact that you guys look like the cast of Duck Dynasty, just families that act crazy. It's one of those stupid reality shows I don't watch. So for that reason, you guys are Team Tarzan Dynasty. And here we go.
Seems like a lot of the teams are fun.
We have a show called The Queen of Bingo that we've been touring for 10 years.
It seems like by the sounds of your voice, and the fact that you are theater performers, by the way, I think it is better for you to be called Team Bengay.
Mother Teresa and
Mother Teresa and motherfucker? Very, very creative.
We're from Afghanistan and we act like animals, so we are called the
Afghanimals.
It seems like there were two different names for you guys. I was thinking of Team Terrorists because you guys are from Afghanistan and we were at war with Afghanistan for like 10 years now. But I will call you by your better name, the Afghanimals. What the fuck, Afghanimals? You guys sound like mating walruses. Like, lalaboo, 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 lalaboo. And if you can also see from the video, Muslims do not drink alcohol.
parents came here from Afghanistan with nothing, and we look at them and they managed to create successful lives for us. So it's in our blood to be competitive and to like survive. It's a survival of the fittest.
It seems like anybody who is Afghan has the best chefs, so I would like to go to the restaurant really soon.
Hi, I'm Kim DeJesus.
Hi, I'm Nikki Guest.
through baseball, there's so many highs and lows.
Their team name is the Baseball Mom.
And you always have to stay positive. We've probably learned that a lot from our husband, so we're going to take that into the race.
I also see a lot of teams that already have conflict and we haven't even left.
We know what people think of us. I mean, some of the teams have said they will see me yelling at him.
Due to the fact that Marie has pink hair and they both sound like they're from New Jersey, their names are gonna be called Vanessa and Ralph Joycey Edition.
It's weird how you're not doing it at the same pace as me. You know, oh my God, we feel bad for him. She's always screaming.
Loves Phil's fists when they do that.
I think that kind of best describes what's going on there.
What they don't see is the reason I'm screaming, of course.
I think that Amy and I were in love and we're ready for the next step. I think they are going to pinpoint her.
Jason and Amy, by the looks of Jason's shirt, I will call you guys the Bostonian Strong.
As this pageant or like model type, because she's stunning. What they don't know is she's a terror. She is a ninja.
I know, you guys have to live through the Boston bombings back in April, so I want to thank you guys for making this commitment, especially for you, Jason, because you're wearing a Boston shirt, and I do remember the Boston bombings this year. So I want to thank you.
Don't get her mad.
I think being an ER doc is clearly an advantage because you're used to multitasking. You're used to really doing things under stress.
Here we have Team Dr. O'Major. One more thing. Multitasking will lose brain cells. So that is definitely not a good idea, especially if you're coming on The Amazing Race. Take it step by step.
Critical decisions.
And we function at a level of intensity that most people do not.
Maybe just spending this intense amount of time together in stressful situations, maybe it's going to be all too much.
I'm very hot-headed. I don't take anything lying down.
If we win the race, win $1 million, don't win $1 million, my love for her ain't going to change. She's always going to be the apple of my eye.
So your names, Hoskote and Naina, they both sound Hindi. So I'm gonna call you the Indian Buddhists.
I don't think they ever had an oil-filled team on the show before.
Yes, Russell Hantz and Evil Dick Donato. No, kidding.
Down to earth, small town Oklahoma
Yeah,
guys.
we're like the every guy, I guess.
We're not the big football stars.
So your team name will be Russell Hantz Amazing Race Style.
Set. Hi. He had the fanciest Corvette I've ever seen in my life. It was unbelievable. I said, hey, Ethan, my man, I mean, how'd you pull this off? And he said, play football.
They've competed on the Denver Broncos, the Detroit Lions, the Houston Texans, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because those teams are so god-awful, well, except the Denver Broncos, because I live in Colorado, well, but your team name will be the NF Losers.
So I decided to give football a shot. Fast forward 10 years later, we end up playing right next to each other for Houston. For the Texans. How about that?
Allie and Ashley, since you're really hot, I should call you the NHL Hotties.
Being on the LA Kings ice crew means that we clean the ice during TV timeouts. We also have about 400 appearances a year.
Yes, we're girly girls. Like, we love to get glammed up, but we're also just athletes.
And we're great under pressure. I mean, we're in Staples Center twice to 3 times a week, and we are in front of 18,000 people.
Imagine the most stressful trip you've ever been on and multiply it by 10.
To me, Phil, I really do get the stressful part of the Amazing Race, but I don't get the multiply by 10 part, because there are 11 teams. So can you just say that you're going to multiply it by 11? That's all I'm asking.
That's the Amazing Race. Guaranteed to get the heart pumping. Go! They might just implode.
I also do not get the imploding part, because imploding means boom! First team up is Allie and Ashley, the LA Kings Ice Surfers. Bring it on. Whoops, I don't have a video for them. But I hope Allie and Ashley does really well. And I think they're going to be making at least Final 5 this season, due to them being blonde. The second team to be introduced are Chester and Ephraim, the NF Failures. Yeah, I changed it last minute. And here's their story.
I'm Ephraim Salam.
I'm Chester Pitts, and he's my butler.
Yes, I am. He was the highly intelligent nerd guy.
Can I have the definition of the word nerd, please?
Football is shot.
Fast forward 10 years later, we end up playing right next to each other for Houston.
For the Texans. How about that?
Not just that, but you've also competed with the Jaguars and the Detroit Lions and even the Broncos, earning you the name of NF Failures.
Through terrible, terrible things together. We've been on losing teams.
Damn straight.
Whenever you're in the stadium and it's 90,000 people screaming, "We hate you" at the top of their lungs.
You suck.
That's what I should do with a girl on a Friday night.
Think about it. Economy seats. What's that? What, the rickshaw? Have you seen the size of those things?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't even sit your asses in rickshaw.
Just good people.
Yeah.
You know,
you're a nice person, you're a good person. We're not, I mean, our stature is threatening, but ask anyone who's met us or had a conversation with us.
Puppy dog.
Yeah, they're such teddy bears.
If you guys should stop being such dicks, then you could continue forward. And I think you guys are dicks. So I should end their video right there. And because they're the NF Failures, I don't think they're going to last long in the race. I think they're only going to last to like leg 2, maybe at the best leg 3. But definitely not going further than that. Alright, the next team I want to introduce are the baseball moms, Nikki and Kim. And here's their video.
Hi, I'm Nikki Getz and I'm from Michigan.
Hi, I'm Kim DeJesus and I'm from Chicago. I think it's like part of the baseball lifestyle to always be uprooted. Like you're always ready to, you just have to always have the mindset to be prepared.
Wait, did you guys say that you're awkward?
She's more like creative and free-flowing, and I'm like a little bit more math-oriented and kind of like...
Which is great, because we're going to need her brains for a lot of the skills, and I might be good at like building things or putting things together.
Well, good thing for you, Kim, because the first challenge you have to complete is paragliding in Chile. Well, for Nikki and Kim, for being a good reputation as why baseball is a metaphor for competing on the Amazing Race, I would say that you might make final 6. because I think you guys have the right strengths and weaknesses just to propel you far. And now, the next team was going to be Hoskote and Naina. I don't know how you pronounce their names. But their video is not there as well as Ashley and Allie's. But the Indian Buddhists, I think, are not going to go very far. I think after the first leg, they're going to be eliminated for sure. So, next team I'm going to commentate on is Nicole Travis, the doctoral majors.
I'm Travis Jasper.
And I'm Nicole Jasper.
And we're from Atlanta. I think being an ER doc is clearly an advantage because you're used to multitasking. You're used to really doing things under stress. I mean, you make critical decisions, you make them quickly, and you're used to sleep deprivation.
Hang on for a sec. Multitasking and sleeping do not go together really well.
And we function at a level of intensity that most people do not. I mean, we're there constantly. Think about having to deal with multiple patients who are potentially gravely ill, who all are there with different conditions.
Different conditions. I hope that performs well.
So you have to be able to remember this about this patient, this about this patient, this about another patient, and take care of all of them equally at the same time, knowing that, you know, you have to make decisive choices with very little information. And that's why we think that we are particularly, you know, prepared for this race.
Okay, so you're prepared for multitasking.
What negatives do we have? I wouldn't like to say, I don't think of them really as negatives. I'd like to think of them as sort of just challenges and opportunities. We have the opportunity to overcome not having control.
Well, guess what? Multitasking is a problem because you actually are losing brain cells.
Just like Travis said, we feel like if we do our best will be enough, and we'll be the first team across that finish line.
We'll see about that as the season progresses. Now, the next team up ahead are Brandon and Adam, Team Tarzan Dynasty.
I'm Adam.
I'm Brandon. I'm from Chico, California.
And I'm from Montgomery Creek right now, currently. Originally from Chico.
It seems like that we have the Chico kids.
I guarantee other teams are going to be underestimating us. You know, I mean, this guy reads blueprints, writes blueprints, builds his own house, builds other people's houses.
He farms. I mean, he's got to fend off bears. You know, he can speak three different languages, including English. We both traveled a ridiculous amount.
My wife and I live on a 22-acre, working on being self-sustainable farm out in about 45 minutes from the nearest pavement, and we grow a lot of our own food and produce all our own electricity and live on $5,000 a year. Yeah, if something breaks, you fix it yourself. So we've got mechanical skills. I'm also a bicycle mechanic and not bad with a car or small motors.
Our negatives are that we get really excited. And I mean, it's not negative, but it could negatively affect us, is that we could miss something just because we get super excited.
We could totally shoot ourselves in the foot by passing up a clue or a marker or whatever.
Just because we're hyped.
And some of our tacky jokes might get grating on people. People
yeah.
either love us or hate us.
Yeah.
It depends on their sense of humor.
I mean, we're pretty friendly people, but it's like, not everyone has the same sense of humor, and we make our sense of humor known. We're in our mid-30s and we still got the humor of like 12-year-olds, so.
And the mental capacity.
I can't think about it too much or it's gonna drive me crazy right now because it's a long ways till we possibly get that money.
I could do two things. I could either retire or follow my plan and goal, which is opening up a Skillshare center and / hostel for, you know, less privileged folks so that they can learn skills necessary to navigate through life.
I'd probably get a really expensive bass guitar too.
And maybe a llama.
Well, sorry. If you're in a country that speaks primarily English and it is not this season, so this season you might have a horrible time with the language barriers. So this is like your own farm out in the middle of nowhere. It's okay, people make mistakes all the time, especially if it's on The Amazing Race. Wow, that has to be super exciting.